Hello again and welcome back. This is the final part of lesson number 6. It's step number 2. We're going to complete restoring hydration, and this is part 5. This is all a continuation of the diabetes control video lesson series on 6 steps to gaining complete control over your diabetes. So how do you restore hydration? You probably may or may not be aware that your blood is very salty. If you could taste it, it tastes salty. And that means that your blood has a very high concentration of sodium. And your body will aggressively maintain that sodium concentration relative to the fluid levels in your body, the amount of fluid. If you take a small amount of sodium and mix it in, say, a quarter of a glass of water and stir it, it will be dissolved and it will be clear. But if you put a lot of salt in there and stir it up, the concentration will become much, much higher. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about concentrations. The amount of sodium per the amount of fluid that's in your body. And your body is going to very aggressively maintain the proper ratio of sodium to the amount of fluid that's in your body. So it's all because your body cells require a sodium concentration at that proper level in order for all of those enzymes and hormones and everything else to work properly. So your body relies upon the fluids to suspend and remove toxins from your body as well. Dehydration causes a buildup of toxins throughout your body. So when high blood sugar causes the kidneys to dump large amounts of water, your body's going to become dehydrated and you become thirsty. Your body's going to be crying for more water in order to restore your hydration. So when you drink a glass of plain water, the water is very quickly absorbed into your bloodstream, and that's going to dilute that sodium concentration in the blood. So your body's control room, your hypothalamus, it's a small organ right in the middle of your brain. It controls virtually everything that goes on in your body. It's going to receive messages from sensors around the body that the sodium concentration is too low. There's too much fluid relative to the amount of sodium in the system. So it's going to signal your kidneys to dump more fluid in order to get that concentration, the amount of sodium per the amount of fluid, back into the proper ratio, the proper concentration. So your kidneys will quickly draw off fluid and dump it into your bladder to raise the sodium concentration, to get that back in balance. It happens so quickly that your body does not have time for all your 37 trillion cells to pull that excess fluid out of the stream and restore the hydration. So an irritating cycle begins. You get thirsty, you drink, you urinate. It makes you thirsty still because you're still dehydrated. You drink some more and you urinate, and you don't really get the job done. So you drink because your body is still seeking hydration, but your kidneys quickly discharge most of that water. So your body's going to continue to crave fluids as long as you are dehydrated. You can only win this battle by a couple of ways. First, maintain normal blood sugars between 80 and 100 milligrams per deciliter, or learn how to restore and maintain your hydration. By maintaining your proper blood sugars, your kidneys aren't going to be overwhelmed and they're not going to malfunction and dump vitamins and minerals and fluids into your urine. So to restore hydration, it's going to be necessary to trick your body into retaining those fluids long enough to allow all 37 trillion of your body's cells to uptake those fluids and restore hydration. So how do you do that? It's really very simple. You add 1/8 teaspoon of sea salt. Please do not use table salt. It will not get the job done. Table salt, there's a separate video on table salt that you need to watch. But table salt is so highly altered that it doesn't even do your body any good anymore. But sea salt will. And you add 1/8 of a teaspoon of a good quality sea salt into a full glass of water. And again, don't ever drink tap water. Always filter your water. The chemicals, the bacteria, the parasites, all kinds of things that are in tap water that are no longer filtered out like they might have been one point in time. You should never ever drink unfiltered water. So use unfiltered water and 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt and drink it down. That's within a few minutes, your body is going to absorb all of that. But the sea salt is going to simulate the sodium concentration in your bloodstream. So those sensors aren't going to be sending messages to your control room, your hypothalamus, to immediately discharge the water that you just drank. And so you fool your body into thinking that the sodium concentration is where it should be, even though you probably now have much more fluid volume in your body than normally would be there. It's going to take a couple of hours for your body to realize that the fluid volume is too great, and then it will peel off that excess sodium or the excess water as necessary to get things back to normal. But that's going to give your body a couple of hours for your cells to start uptaking that fluid and restoring its balance. Never drink sodas or colas or other diet drinks that contain aspartame in an effort to hydrate, because aspartame and other artificial sweeteners, including alcohol and caffeine, are all going to strip your body of fluids because they are diuretics by nature. So bottled and canned sodas also are made with distilled water, which not only because of the aspartame is going to strip your body not only of water, but it's going to strip your body of all of its very essential minerals and trace minerals and bulk minerals. So do not ever drink sodas and colas or any kind of diet drinks that contain aspartame. Artificial sweeteners and caffeine are major dehydrators. Again, they're diuretics. One glass of these can cause you to lose up to 3 glasses of fluid, 3 times the volume in fluid. And so you get thirsty, and some people just drink another soda or another cola, and it just makes it even worse. A hangover is caused by seriously dehydrated brain cells. Caffeine is a nerve toxin that stimulates your body's stress hormones, and it triggers a strong immune system response. They cause your body to lose fluid faster than it can actually even absorb it. So all chronic diseases are accompanied by dehydration to some degree and are caused by dehydration. Those 200 inflammatory diseases are partly due to the fact that you were dehydrated, and it contributed to the manifestation of that disease. So the amount of buildup of toxins in your body is in direct relation to the amount of dehydration and how long it's been allowed to continue. Bacteria and infectious agents cannot thrive in a properly hydrated environment. So how do you monitor hydration? Your body's going to retain the water for up to 2 hours, as I explained, which is going to enable your body to properly restore the lost fluids from the inside of all 37 trillion of your cells. So you should repeat this process a couple of times a day for about a week. That is the process of putting the sea salt in the water that you drink. And then slowly reduce the concentration and drink enough filtered water that your urine is light color but not clear. And that's the key. You're going to watch your urine every time you go to eliminate. And if your urine is very light in color, yellow, then you are properly hydrated. If it becomes clear, you're overdoing it. You're overhydrating. But if it's dark, you're still dehydrated. And you have other health issues, unless you have an infection internally or some other health issue, but that's a clue that you're still dehydrated. And if any time one day to the next your urine appears to be dark again, then start hydrating more until it resolves. If your urine is clear again, you're overhydrating. That means you're drinking too much. So again, never drink tap water. Again, tap water contains a massive number of undesirable things. It's also slightly acidic, which is a perfect environment for bacteria, parasites, viruses, and other pathogens, and it's not removed during the filtration process of your water plants, your water departments. So filter your water. Tap water can contain up to 700 trace amounts of chemicals. So now proceed to lesson number 7. Step number 3. We're going to change your diet. This is almost halfway through. Step number 3 of the 6 steps to gaining control over your diabetes. So thank you for watching this video, and please pay it forward. share what you learn with others. Thank you very much.